Hello everybody. Welcome. Today we are going to make a fun version of an easel card. And I'm Christy here at my Artful Adventures. Oh my goodness, I don't know what. I just saw my little Artful Adventure thing. What in the world? Well, that's interesting. Anyway, we'll go with it, right? Oh, you know, every time. What else could happen sometimes, right? That is pretty funny. We are going to get going here in just 1 second. I'm not going to come on camera today. I am actually trying to get up my comments here so I can see them. I had this all ready and then I moved something and then I can't see it, but we're going to get going. I've got some things already ready. It shouldn't take us super long to make our project today. So when you come on, be sure and tell me hello. I would love to know that you're here. And if you don't see that it says live, then you're probably watching the replay. So I love replay watchers as well. So hi there, Sue. Sue is here with me. I know there's some other people. We're gonna go ahead and get going here on our little project. So because our paper in the US is not, we do not have anything. If you're going to make a 5x7 card that is vertical, like this, you would need like twice this to have the front to be able to turn down, right? And our paper is not 14 inches. So we're going to have to kind of do this a little different. We're going to cut another piece that is 7.5 inches long. So on the 7.5 inch piece, let me move these out of the way. Out of this piece, let me see if I can get this a little bit farther back. I don't know if that's going to be helpful. We'll see. So on this one, and I'll try and hold this up here so you can see the score lines. So you're going to, excuse me, let me turn it the other way for this ruler. So we're going to score it at 1/2 inch and then at 4 inches. And the piece is 7.5. So just score it that way. And then of course it's 5 inches wide. So that's what our base is going to be. And so now what we're going to do, this is what you need. You need your 7.5 inch and then 2 5x7 pieces. All right. So we are just going to put this on here. This is going to be part of our front mechanism. And because we've got to piece it together, let's put this on the back. Let's glue it to the back so that we don't see it when we open the card. And if you don't like that showing there either on the back side, oh my goodness, got coffee on there. Well, that is super annoying. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use that for, oh, here, I'll use this piece because I can cover that up. I gotta fix, I'm always having to fix something, right, everybody? Okay, and now make sure that it'll fold over. Don't have that in the way of your fold. Okay, and it's okay if this one doesn't go all the way down here to the bottom. Make sure it lines up on the sides. So we'll just give that a good press here. Hey, Deborah. So we'll get that on there. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so you can see, you know, we've left that so that our crease still will bend back and forth, right? Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to close this and we're going to take our other piece and let's line this one up and make sure that it does cover the rest of the base, right? But we're only going to, we only want to glue it here on this lower part of the fold, because what's going to happen is as we glue that, we're going to prop it up like that. So we want the top part to be loose. Hey, Marty. So let's just go ahead and glue that down, and you can use whatever kind of adhesive that you prefer. If you like to use double-sided tape, you can certainly do that. Whatever you like to use. I like this. It doesn't put a ton of it out there. So I don't have to worry about that. Okay, and this is dirty, but it's going to get covered up, so I'm going to live with it. And now we're just going to put that on here. I'm going to make sure that it comes down to the bottom of my base there. Okay, and then just press that on. I don't know why I'm pressing at the top. There's no glue up there. So we're just going to get that on there. Okay, let's see. And so now I've got a couple of things I'm going to do. I'm going to make it look like we've got a little table here. We're going to put something, we're going to put a mug on here, you guys. A little mug. So I'm going to do this. And this is kind of, I've got kind of a rough edge here. If you guys have any rough edges that you ever want to clean up, if you use one of these nail files, one of these glass ones, or they make the ones that are, I can't remember what they call them, but they're more of a, kind of a stone type thing. What are those called? Does anybody know? You know what I'm talking about? But I'm not going to worry too much about that because I'm pretty sure this will come down over the top. And for the mugs that we're going to make today, this is going to fit the bottom. And it's nice if you can kind of keep this like, you know, sort of on a third. This is going to be less than a third. But my cup that we're going to end up using, I wanted it to only come up to where this part would still be covered, right? Okay, so that's kind of what we're going for. Hi, Estella. And so, yes, it looks like this will be, I don't know, it looks like it'll almost bump right up together. So maybe I will make sure that that's cleaned up. And actually, let's do this. Let's grab a little bit of our vintage photo ink and do that. And that way, that'll take care of that. So let's go ahead and let's glue these down. So I like to use something when I do this. I made something similar to this several months ago, and it was a teacup. And so with the teacup, I wanted it to look like it was sitting on, you know, like a surface. And so, you know, made what better to make it look like than some kind of a table, right? So we're going to do this one a little bit more rustic looking. Now I've got white edges showing there. Well, you know what? We can put a little bit of ink on those too. And then we'll put, oh, I'll tell you the measurements for this in 1 second, now that I'm already gluing. But I thought that this would be a nice way to have it kind of ready to go. And so I had time to think it out. I'm just going to make sure I got my text going the right way there, right? Okay. So this piece down here is 2 1/4 by the 5 inches wide. And then up here it's 4 3/4 by 5 inches. Okay, so that makes that easy. And now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run the ink along the side here. We'll cover up those white edges and just give it a little bit of a more finished look. It'll just blend right in there. Okay. Gonna do all the edges. And you know, you don't typically think of using browns if you're making something that you want to look more like, you know, winter holidays. But this has some cute things on it that it says wonderful times, seasons, greetings, fa la la, warm wishes, a thrill of hope, blessings, let it snow, jolly time, magic, all kinds of fun things for, you know, like the holidays. So this makes a great thing to make a cute little holiday card. Okay, so this is what it's going to do. It's going to come up there. So now I've cut this piece, and it is 3 inches deep. I don't really want it to go all the way up, although you could. You could put it all the way up the 7 inches and then just cut out something on like cream colored or white, and then use that to put your greeting on, right? So I'm just going to do this. Hello. We've got, there's Laura from Urban Diverse. Welcome. Oh, and Gloria's here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm only going to ink the bottom here. I need some more ink. I'm only going to do it where that wood grain is on this bottom piece. But this helps if, you know, if you've got just that minute amount sticking out of your white base, then that will work fine. Okay, now I already stamped my greeting, and I just made it a little bit larger. The little paper is just a little bit larger than what my greeting was, and it's just thinking of you. I always think that can be kind of an all-purpose type greeting, right? So I've got 4 pieces the same size, and I'm just going to layer those all together to make a little stopper, because we've got to have something to hold our easel up, right? So we're just going to glue these together real quick, and it's amazing. You don't have to have anything super thick for this to work. You can make any kind of little cute embellishment cluster or whatever you want to do. It's a pretty versatile method to use, right? Oh, you just got into junk journaling. Fun. Well, we have all kinds of junk journalers on YouTube and on Facebook. So you've got lots of people to watch, and if you're just getting into it, all kinds of ideas. All right, so now this, just gonna hold that for a second, and I'm going to, oh, what did I do with my file? Oh, there it is. I'm just gonna take this. I've got some places. I think the other day when I cut those backer boards for those ribbons, when I was showing how to organize ribbons like that, I don't think I did my blade any favors on that thick board. That's not super thick. I mean, if you could cut it with your, you know, regular paper trimmer, that's not too bad. Oh, thanks, Deborah. I think it's fun. I've got enough to put 3 of these in my shop that would be exactly like this. I've got, you know, all kinds of other papers, but 3 that would be able to use the exact same papers. Okay, so now what we've done is I've got this mug. It took me, oh my goodness, I cut this out on my Cricut, but I used like 3 different mug shapes and combined them, made it my own so that it would work for what I wanted. Because a lot of them, if you put them together, they were going to be too wide, and so and the bottoms look kind of wonky, so I really worked to find something that I thought would, you know, have a nice shape to it and still work for what I wanted to do, right? Oh, fun. So Laura says she started making a Thanksgiving journal on her live on Sunday for an event. Fun. That's great. I'm glad you got into it. I tell you, I'm all for anything with paper, right? You all know that. I really love making things with paper. I always have. So now I'm just going to do the top lip of this, and I'm going to go down the sides and the bottom, and then my handle. And I hope that I don't want to put a whole bunch on here. And I'm leaving this part open because we want to be able to get in to put some kind of little goodie. We'll talk about what that can be. So now I'm just gonna stick that on here, and I hope I've got enough time to wiggle it so I don't have a lot of white showing on the handle. Oh, I've done pretty good. Pretty good. Let me get that moved over. Ah! Oh my goodness. Well, you know what we can do about that? We can always take our scissors and give it a little bit of a trim. I don't think ink is gonna do as much as I need to fix that. Oh wow, it's kind of annoying. Just trim it up a tiny bit, and then we'll go ahead and put some ink on it, and that'll help. It's not going to completely take care of it, but anyway, yeah, I thought that it would be fun to put a few of the little kits in my shop. Oh, this is not easy. No, I should have used my big scissors. I could have done a bigger space across there. And then just try and trim this up a teeny tiny bit. Okay. And I can kind of live like with that. Let's go ahead and ink that so it's not just blazing white. Right. And then we'll just give it a little bit of, if we do this, we can give it a little bit more dimension too, actually. Gonna reach in there. Okay. And just go all the way around. And of course, you know, the bottom of your mug would have a little bit of shadow on it anyway. So just give it a little bit. Okay. Now, I don't want to do too much right here because I'm afraid, oh, here, let me put a little piece in here. A little scrap of paper. And that way we can give it a little ink on the edge. All I see is it coming on the, I guess it's starting to, looks more like I only did the white, but oh, it's got a little bit. Okay, we're just gonna have to go with that. All right. Let's go ahead and put our little stopper on. It's dry, so you can kind of see where you want it. And then by putting this up, you know, past your stopper, then if your card has a little bit of movement, you're not gonna see the white. And I'm just gonna put it down here. So I'm gonna get my glue, put that on. Oh yes, I tell you what. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Sue. You may, and then Laura says she also made a snowman movie junk journal. Oh, fun. Snowman things are always fun, aren't they? Okay, so we've got this on here. I'm just going to line it up and put it, that's probably about 3/8 of an inch. I want it to be lined up in the center of my card. You know what? I wish I would have paid attention. I hope, let's see. I don't know if that's straight. It's about 3/8 there. That's pretty straight. Okay. Yes, our cutter bee scissors. We love them, don't we? All right, so here's how it is going to be standing up. All right, so let's finish up our mug. Now, what we can do with our mug is if you want to leave it flat, you can certainly put something like a gift card right here. Wouldn't that be fun to put like a drink card for one of the places that you know, like the coffee places that people like to go, something like that. Or any kind of a food card, anywhere that has food and beverages. I think that would be so cute to put on here. Now you can also put something like, I mean, I've made this wide enough that you can even put something like this. But what I would do is I would sprinkle it, I would move the packet down and sprinkle it to the front so I could bend this part. And now when you bend this and you get it in here, and I also, if I was going to put something that had a little bit of bulk to it, I would, you know, stick your fingers in here and give it just a little bit of shape, okay? Now it's going to make it flatten out more along where you've got your glue on the edges, but I think that'll be fine. I don't think anybody is going to, I hope they're not going to try grade us, right? And then to make it look a little nicer, you could, you know, go ahead and bend the top down here. You could get that in. You could put tea bag, put a little tea bag and a little sweetener and one of those tiny little spoons. I thought I had them sitting here and I didn't see them. You can get these teeny little spoons. They have them like in the party section by where the silverware is for like for parties. I don't really know. They're probably like, I think they're probably like Dimitassi spoons. Dimitassi, I don't know. Tiny spoons. Let's just go with tiny. It doesn't matter if I know how to say it. And you could put this here. You could probably even stick in a stick of what? A stick of peppermint. Oh my goodness. Or, you know, I've seen people take like a clear food grade cellophane and go ahead and like layer, like put the drink mix and then like a few little marshmallows or something, and then a tiny bit of crushed peppermint. But we're not going to do that. But what we are going to do, let's finish talking about getting our cup down. So if you're going to want to use it for something that is bulky, this is what you want to do. You will only want to take your glue and just do like along the bottom. Only do the bottom. Don't put it too far up around the side. And down the center. You guys do down the center. Do a fair amount down the center to make sure that you know, can get it on there. And that's all we're going to do. Then put it wherever you would like on your card. And I'm going to move it down a little bit more here so that I've got as much room as I can at the top. And then just make sure you've pressed that down the center. Do it here. And then you've got room to put your goodies inside. And then you've got it glued at the bottom and it's down the back. So this still is going to be away from, whoops, and it's kind of heavy with that Swiss Miss in there. And then if you wanted to add something else, you could put like a couple of little peppermints on the side or something, maybe just one. I don't know, something cute, because then you've still got the peppermint that they could use and it's still in the package. And so I'm going to just glue this right down here at the bottom of my cup, because, you know, a lot of times peppermint goes right with our hot chocolate, right? So I'm just going to angle it down like that. And that's it, you guys. We're done. There is our little card. So you can put tea or hot chocolate or whatever you want, something, a cute little, you know, yummy thing in there, and you're done. Isn't that cute? And I think it turned out, I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I hope you guys like it. Let's see. Let me go back here. Thanks, Molly. It's Sue. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Laura. Yes, I love peppermint flavored things. I always love the peppermint mocha Hey, Mary. I love the peppermint mocha when they come out with it at Starbucks. And so now, see, now look, the way that we did this, we've kind of got our Christmas colors, right? So we've got our red and green, and then you've brought this red down here. So, you know, you've kind of tied it all together. You could put another one, if you could put more. I think one is fine. I like it just like that. Thanks, Gloria. And that's it, you guys. So thank you so much for stopping by today, and I will be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow on Thursday, I'll be in my kitchen in an event. We're going to be doing side dishes, well, anything but turkey. That's what we're doing, and I'm going to do cornbread stuffing. I don't know, not everybody likes that, but my husband's family came from Texas. My mom was from Oklahoma, and that's the kind of dressing that we do, and I love it. I don't mind making it, and I'm going to show you how to make it. I'm not going to use any kind of, it's going to be all from scratch, and you're going to be surprised. It's just not that hard. So come on over, join me in the kitchen tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern, and then I'll also be back on Friday. Friday is, let me look at my calendar. I know pretty soon my Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are all going to be at the same time, unless there is some special event that I am in. And yeah, Friday is a little bit different too. Friday I'm on at 4 o'clock. So, but watch for that. Pretty soon it's going to be 11 on, or it's going to be noon Eastern on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So hopefully that will be easy for everybody to, you know, keep track of. Even me, I'll be glad for it to stay like that. You guys, thanks so much. I hope you'll make one of these. And like I said, I've got enough. I'm going to put like 3 little sets of them in my shop. So when I do that, I will actually put that here in the description of the video. Okay? Thanks so much, you guys. Go have a great day. Bye-bye. Well, if Christy can find where her spot is to close this. And in closing, goodbye.